If on September 20th, 2017, you were listening to the Puerto Rican hit song Despacito on repeat, instead of watching Donald Trump repeatedly screw over millions of Americans in Puerto Rico, you might be a first-time voter and you might not remember just how chaotico things got when this guy was president. So let me take you back to one day under Donald Trump. On September 20th, 2017, Hurricane Maria struck the U.S. territory of Puerto Rico.
The island is destroyed. Maria is the first Category 4 to hit there in nearly a century. 150-mile-an-hour winds ripping buildings apart, knocking out power everywhere.
This was one of the deadliest natural disasters in U.S. history, with a higher death toll than 9/11 or Hurricane Katrina.
We have nothing. We do not have supplies. In my house, we do not have water.
We're American citizens. We have been for over 100 years. We can't be left alone to die.
The entire island was left without power, 80% of crops were destroyed, 60% of Puerto Rico had no drinkable water, thousands of Americans were dead. And what was Trump's administration doing? Undermining the relief efforts. In fact, officials admitted they knowingly missed deadlines to unlock billions in federal recovery funds for Puerto Rico. They held disaster relief money hostage, and this wasn't fully discovered until an investigation was launched in 2019, 2 years after the hurricane struck.
The aid is too slow. They say it is coming from the United States, but who are they giving it to?
President is doing right now with this huff and puff, because he's been unable to get the job done, is that he's literally delaying people's ability to put food on the table. Aid should not be weaponized. It should not be used to divide.
Oof. You and Ukrainian President Zelensky should form a club. The I had my congressionally appropriated aid money illegally withheld by a petty president club. Looks great on a t-shirt. It took Trump 2 weeks to visit Puerto Rico. And in those 2 weeks, he spent his time insulting Puerto Rican politicians and complaining about how much recovery would cost. Reportedly, he even asked, can we just sell the island?
He wanted to see if we could sell Puerto Rico. Could we swap Puerto Rico for Greenland? Because in his words, Puerto Rico was dirty and the people were poor.
This is true billionaire logic. In the aftermath of a deadly hurricane with thousands dead and millions without electricity and water, Trump was trying to cut Puerto Rico out of the US like he cuts his daughter Tiffany out of family Christmas photos. Wait, Trump has a daughter named Tiffany, you ask? Exactly. And when he finally did show up, he tossed paper towels into a crowd. Yeah. Really. Like this was halftime at a Lakers game instead of a life or death situation.
I hate to tell you, Puerto Rico, but you've thrown our budget a little out of whack because we've spent a lot of money on Puerto Rico.
And sure, that moment was ridiculous, but it's just a distraction from the real human cost. Trump's mismanagement left thousands without food, water, electricity, and homes. His leadership, no plan, cover up the failure, lie about it, and pretend everything's fine while people are suffering. And as natural disasters increase thanks to climate change, we can't afford a president who picks and chooses who deserves relief based on whether or not they voted for him. And that was just one day under Trump. So let's make a plan to vote this November 5th, because we can't afford to act despacito. We got to act rapidísimo.